Hey there, my name is Joshua Kurian, and today I'll be hosting Jeremy Gu, our fellow executive coordinator of Care for Them and a freshman at Johns Hopkins. And this is going to be for today's episode of the all new CFT podcast. And we might change the name up soon, but that's only for the future. So, Jeremy, just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, for sure. First off, thanks a lot, Josh. I feel honored to be your guest here on the new podcast. Hopefully a really creative name can be created soon. But I basically am just a freshman here, literally just a kid, and say some of my like distinct qualities is I'm not really scared of doing stuff. What that means is just going for risks and just going for it. Um, and that specifically, that part of it has been held back for me, at least right now in COVID quarantine, where you can't really do anything. Um, so a lot of my energy has been on like these things where it's just creating something new, creating a platform where you can go and then create more stuff off of. So I like doing that stuff, and I'm really excited to be here today, Josh.
That's good. Yeah, how's life at Hopkins? Is the workload bad?
I just finished my final exam for calc today. Felt okay, not the
Okay.
best, but
Yeah.
we'll work. I think part of virtual school is you got to have that self-discipline to get things done, but also you can't just like waste your life away and not do anything else because then you're just gonna be a depressed,
Hmm.
um, like depressed couch potato sitting at home. But I think at Hopkins, the weird thing is like I highly recommend once again to anybody out there who's looking for a colleges like to really look at it because I think what they're doing is like amazing how they're trying to provide as many opportunities as they can because they know it kind of does suck that we're virtual, but it's all right in the big picture.
That's good. Yeah. Yeah. I've heard that Hopkins pre-med is like it's like really cutthroat and really hard. But like, do you think it's that bad?
That's actually I like that question, Josh, because if I had known some of the pre-med stuff going in, I
Yeah.
would I would answer and be like, it's fine.
Hmm.
Um, and it still is fine. It's just the amount of stuff that you have to get done because it's a lot of it's like prereq
Hmm.
um, type of classes and the way universities work. And Josh, you should take some notes on this because this surprised me. Like it threw a wrench in everything.
Yeah.
Basically, a lot of colleges, even like big ones, um, you'll take like physics one or like chem one or
Hmm.
one of those, right? And there's obviously going to be a chem two, physics two, right?
Yeah.
Um, so the way colleges do it is in the fall semester, which is like your first semester, you can only take classes, like the only classes offered are like chem one, physics one, math one, whatever.
Yeah.
You can't take twos. And so that means in the spring, the twos are offered. And so I didn't know that. So, so
Oh.
yeah, so I didn't know that. And a lot of the prereqs are like, you got to get this done before that, especially
Hmm.
like, I think it's called like biochem, whatever. You need both bio and chem as a prereq.
Yeah.
Um, so I think just like if I had planned better, like right now, my next year is going to be jammed in with all pre-med stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but if I'd known that better, I would have like shifted some things around, been able to do stuff, but it's fine.
But from my research of looking into Hopkins, because I am going to apply there in the coming weeks. I've heard that Hopkins has like that good, like their health advising. I think like their pre-med advising is like world class. Like you can be it. Have you? Is it like really good? Are they
Yeah,
really helpful?
yeah, definitely. I think the main thing about Hopkins is it's really centered around students helping students as well. So you
Uh,
will have a bunch of student programs along with like the pre-health advisors with that pre-health advising program.
mm,
That's also led by student kind of programs that help you with that. So I can get a peer um, pre-health like student peer leader whatever. I can get one of those and I can just shadow them and we'll meet up like a couple times a week. They also offer something called like pre-health 101, which
Yeah.
you have to take before you go and ask the advisor for office hours. So there's so many resources that you can use, and basically like everybody's, or not everybody, but like almost everybody's a pre-med, or has been a pre-med before. So you'll get a lot of perspectives, and like everybody can come and help you out.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes
that's
sense.
the skill part. But
Mhm.
like I'm not sure what the essays is, but the Hopkins, like the entire essay that I wrote last year, it was all based around the premise that Hopkins is a place where cooperation is like the number one value.
Mhm.
And you really do see that in on the campus because it's all students that are doing stuff. It's
Yeah.
not really like, not saying the teachers aren't helping out, but like the main sources of aid that you're gonna come across on campus are gonna be student-led activities. Like for right now, all our classes, we have this thing called Pilot, which is a student-led service that helps you through classes, that acts as like a tutor alongside the class. Um, and without that, I'd be failing like all my classes. But that's like the entire culture of Hopkins. It's like once you get older, you'll
Yeah.
come help out the underclassmen, and it just works that way. That's why I don't get. I'm not sure if your essay's about that.
I didn't start the Hopkins essay yet. Yeah. So thank you. Thank you.
That's
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, see, like, I don't know. I'm applying to like 11 or 12 schools already, and I'm just having a really hard time, like, which ones I actually want to be in. So I'm like applying to like a bunch of top 20s and then like just saying Hail Mary and like hope I get into at least one or two.
oh
but,
my.
but yeah, that's how it is for me. But I don't know. So like this made me think. So you've been at Hopkins for like 4 something months now, right? And judging from the students that you met and like the friends you've made, I know you myself. I know you're a go-getter. You want to get stuff done. You go out and get them done. Like, do you think like the average student at Hopkins is like a go-getter?
100%.
Really?
Um, 100%. I think you obviously have I'm a procrastinator as well.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, I think people at Hopkins, the biggest difference versus high school is like, I guess people are more open. So you're not going to have this person who just does this one thing and never ever steps out of those comfort zones. So basically, everybody will try new things. Everybody will go and do stuff. Um, like especially the corny stuff. How you have like over break, we had a Minecraft like event where everybody hops on Minecraft and
Yeah.
builds something. Like that's the corniest thing you can ever think of.
Yeah.
But like we had great participation in everything with that. So I think the cool thing about Hopkins is every single person is basically a go-getter and will actually go and do stuff. And they'll also step out of their comfort zone, which is great because you'll have like this person who's interested in, I guess, engineering also
Yeah.
be friends with this person. So I know personally, like my roommate is a computer science major, but we have so many things in common
Hmm.
because we just go out and do stuff. So I think that's the great thing about Hopkins, and the great thing about probably any school that's like known for something,
Yeah.
because you'll have those people that are just like, yeah, I'll do it. Like, screw it. Yeah, I'll do it.
Have
Um,
you met your roommate in real life?
no, no, no.
Not yet.
He's in like California, but
Oh wow.
yeah. No,
Damn.
it's funny. So he's in my chem class as a comp sci. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like
Yeah.
he's in comp sci, right? But he's a pre-med. And then
Oh yeah, yeah.
so like he's taking the pre-med recs, and I'm taking them too, but
Hmm.
for my major, which is neuroscience. And then we just kind of we became in a group, and then we're like, oh, cool, and then we became roommates.
Do you
And
guys how do you talk? Do you talk through Discord or something?
no, no, it's through Zoom. But
Oh.
here's the funny part. One part, like that class, in that class, our professor, uh,
Mm.
he holds like office hours on Twitch. So yeah, so you could go and watch and donate to our professor, which is kind of funny. He's actually really cool.
Is he like young or old?
He's pretty young. Yeah, I would say he's pretty young.
Like
I'm
30s,
not sure.
40s?
Yeah, probably 30s.
Oh
I'm
wow.
not sure like what his story is, but
Yeah.
I think he might have done some schooling at Hopkins and then became a teacher there.
Oh, is he like
Yeah.
a TA or something?
No, he's a
He's a T.
doctor. Like I think he might have got his doctorate there, and then I think he did his studies in Europe because
In
he's got
Europe.
that accent. Yeah, he's
Oh,
got an accent, and he came here and then became a. He's actually one of the better ones because sometimes you'll have not saying it's bad, it's just different style because like you'll
mhm.
have older teachers that aren't as accustomed to digitalized media,
Yeah.
and then you'll have like younger teachers who bring a ton of energy to things. Um, so I think like you obviously want, oh, I want energy, especially at like this time. Um, but yeah, he's a good teacher.
And the professors, even though they're home, they all live around Hopkins, right?
Yeah, actually, yeah. So like next semester, they're all around Hopkins, and so next semester they're going to be bringing in like professors, right? They're going to bring them back into campus to have
Yeah.
them. And so they've already sent out a protocol. Here's a weird thing, Josh. They're making like the final decision January 4th, but they've come out with like a full set plan, which I was really excited for because I was telling you, I was like, I had very low hopes for this
Hmm.
because of like the amount of times they said that we're putting the decision back, blah, blah, blah. But then they came out with this like full plan. And in it, it kind of states like, because all these teachers are coming back and like teachers, especially the older ones, they're at a more high risk sort of situation. So they have different protocols to follow.
Yeah.
So that all got sent through, but there's still like we're gonna reserve the final decision for January 4th. But I'm not sure how I feel because they came out with like a full plan, like everything. We're gonna get tested twice a week.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be intense for our safety, and then but they're still like saying January 4th is the date. So
Hmm.
still
That's when we
going.
go back to school.
Yeah. Are
Yeah.
you going back in person?
Oh, I think January 4th, it's online, and then the 11th is when they're starting to go back in person. But I honestly don't think we will go back just because, like, I think like COVID cases, the trend's not going down. And plus, recently, I think yesterday or something, or like a few days, the UK got like a new strain of coronavirus. Did you hear about that? It's like mutated.
I have not. I've
And
heard
like
that it like mutated quite a lot.
in
Like
you
there's
know, like
no
in England, it's like really bad now. All the European countries are like shutting themselves off from the UK. And I know like there's like 6 flights coming to GFK like every day from England, and like the White House isn't making the call to like shut down travel from like UK. And like I know like some of the government officials are getting mad, and they're like, "You're just repeating what we did back in March. You're not learning from it." So like if
and
that if that spreads, like dude, I don't think we will go back in person anytime soon.
yeah, that's kind of dangerous, but also aren't vaccines built to I'm not sure how effective that vaccine would be, but
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about like if it's a new strain. I'm not too informed on this, but I don't know if it'll like be effective against new strain, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's tough. But I was also thinking the other day, like you hear like polio as well, like that thing was dangerous.
Yeah.
But why is it like kind of gone now?
Because I think aren't the vaccines like mandatory?
They are, but like why didn't it mutate? Like why is it kind of
I don't know.
you know
Maybe
it
yeah.
could come back and then be like a million times stronger. We'd
Mm,
all be wiped out.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
That's what I don't get. It's like you shoot a vaccine in and it solves your problem. No, like the thing is still mutating, right? It's
Yeah.
still wherever it is in the world, it might still be mutating.
Mm,
In like 2000 more years, Josh, every single kid as a baby is going to be shot with this like super needle that has like millions of strains of stuff. That's what we're going to turn into.
I think so, but I feel like you know how like in like bacteria they get resistant to like antibiotics and it's like just hard now.
Yeah.
So do you think like I feel like evolution is gonna find a way to like make viruses not make I guess viruses just be evolved to like be extra resilient, and it's just gonna be like the same thing. Like there's just gonna be another pandemic in another like 2 centuries probably. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because it's always like we'll never be preventionary because we don't know.
Hmm.
So we're always going to be reactionary and we're always going to be like a little bit slower because we need to know before we can do anything.
Yeah.
That's the problem. But there's also no solution to that unless you tell a machine to be like, learn all from all the trends that we've had and try and predict the next one. And then that would be the only future. But like this thing, as Aiden has said before, smartest man in the world, we're literally all carbon based, which are
Yeah.
made to change. Like we are never made to, we're not made to live forever. And so with like all these technologies coming in to try and make us live forever, like it won't work because we're fundamentally gonna change, which
Hmm.
means it might mean the complete wiping out of like the human race and then like I don't know, bringing in another intelligent species in, but who knows?
Yeah. Do you have any classes with Aiden?
I do not. He is we're kind of far off on tracks
Hmm.
because he's taken like all of my intro classes and I'm at the intro level. But I'm
Oh,
like I'm taking the classes that he's already taken. So
that
he's
makes sense.
just like farther up the track, which is normal.
What
But
about like
so far,
electives?
yeah, that's the thing too. I'm taking the same electives as him.
Yeah.
Like we're yeah, that we're I'm like literally following in his track, but he's doing like 10
Biomed
times
engineering.
more stuff. Yeah. Like biomedical, because the way credits work is like for me, first year coming in, I can only take 15, right?
Mhm.
Or like 15 is the average, 17 is the max, and then
Yeah.
like 12 is the least amount. But like average is 15. For his bioengineering track, it's like I think it's 17 is the average, and then 19 is the max. And then you can like super extend it to 21 if you need. So it's like a completely different like workload. And so you'll like be bustling on that track.
How many biomed engineering students are there in the class?
I believe like 20 or 30. Yeah, it's not that bad, but the it's like
It's
at
not that.
no at Hopkins it's like a meme because these kids are crazy.
Yeah, there's sweat students.
Otherwise, I know it's crazy. It's become a meme.
Damn. Yeah. Well, yeah, because I don't know, because I've heard like biomed, people are like, yeah, don't apply to that. You're just not gonna get into Hopkins at all. And then like did I didn't get in like RD ED or did you get in RD?
Now you get on an RD, which is pretty crazy. But also
Oh.
the other side point of like us non-meme students, it's
Mhm.
like when you come out of biomed, yes, it is the top of you're like you are the top of the world
Mhm.
at because Hopkins is really good at
Yeah.
biomed. But if you look at where these students go,
Mhm.
right, it's only a couple of places. You either go to what's it called? Pre-med, like what is it called? Med school. You either go to med school
Yeah.
or you go to some other graduate school. So we're going to combine that into the same category. You can do that from any track.
Mhm.
Or you go into consulting,
Yeah.
which is basically like you're just a pro at your study and then people ask you for
Mhm.
help and they pay you. That's consulting, right? So you either go into that or consulting, and there's no like job that says if you're a biomedical engineer, it's like consulting is that job, and you can do consulting for like a lot of different things, right?
Can't you work for like big I don't know, like prosthetic kind of companies, you know what I mean? Like those healthcare companies that like make stuff like prosthetics, robots, like for I don't know, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you can. I'm not sure if that is in the same category as consulting, but that's basically what it is. It's
Uh,
like all those people that are taking biomedical, they're like pros at that. And so they either make their own company,
yeah.
which it's like, that's the I guess goal of that kind of major. That's like the top of the thing that you can do there.
Hmm.
Or it's or it's like you just put your services out and that way you don't have to spend as much time. Because like those people who are consulting, the in like my business class we were learning about it, and it's like that's like flexible work. That's like you're not going to an office 8 hours a day. You're not going to an office like 5 days a week. It's
Yeah.
like whenever you want to work, you're gonna work, and then whenever you have work, you have the decision whether or not you want to take that work or not. So that's that. The other debate with that is like our entire world is becoming slowly into that. So if you wanted to become biomedical engineering and then do consulting work, you're like a step ahead of
Mhm.
every single person in society. Um, but yeah, it's just a meme at Hopkins. It's like these people are the top of the pile, as in like as educational rigor goes. Like these kids put in the work. They're also smart. They're everything,
Mhm.
but they don't have a social life. So that's biomedical engineering.
Yeah. Wow. That's like, yeah. Damn.
No,
See,
but
that's
like they do have a so it's just a meme. It's like they have everything. It's just a meme of like because it's so hard to get into.
yeah. I know, man. So you know how I was talking about Chicago, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking of doing 82 there or whatever. The thing is, Chicago gets a bad rep, right? You know what their like unspoken motto is?
I've heard of the culture is like kind of nerdy and kind of not
Yeah,
so
they're like unspoken motto is basically where fun goes to die. Like that's their motto, where fun goes to die. And like, see, I've been weighing the pros and cons, right? Like, yeah, Chicago's like a top 10 school, and like it's known for its like academic rigor, right? It's like one of the hardest college. It's like harder in the Ivy Leagues, like to survive and have a good GPA because their classes are so hard. It's probably the same for like Hopkins biomed too. But like, see, the thing is, if I want to go to med school, right? But like the average student there gets like I don't know, like a 3.7 or something GPA or something. It's like the worst part. I don't know. But if you're willing to like put in all that work and your GPA is still like pretty low, like is
here-
it even worth, you know what I'm saying?
here's where we can probably transfer the conversation over because I think I have a better way of thinking about that.
Hmm.
So we can well I'll shift this to how care for them was started. All right.
Yeah.
So whenever you're like you can cut. But basically the idea of I guess in my mind of like getting into school and playing society's game
Mhm.
in my mind um and of course I like to believe I think I'm an anomaly inside the system because I don't have the Hopkins grades. I don't have any of that. um so from that standpoint of like what makes a competitive applicant, I don't think I fit the mold. Which I think that's the interesting point of I think you're shooting for that mold and then I'm like I'm not going to shoot for that mold.
Hmm.
I don't think I can hit that mold and be who I am. So I'd rather be who I am and then not fit that mold. But here's what I'm shooting for is I have a couple of things and I think I'm lucky to know what I want to do in life.
Hmm.
I think I'm lucky and I don't think everybody's at that point, which is okay. But I think I'm lucky in that I do know. And so I do know that right now in this world, like a lot of people suffer for no reason. And I think it's my goal in the future to do something about that. I don't know what it is I can do, but I'll do something about that and I'll fix that problem. So that's what I already know. I'm very lucky, very fortunate to have that already in mind and to know that. So in that terms, I guess I can like not do the normal society mold, but here's where my idea comes in. I don't think colleges care. I don't think anybody cares, especially later in life. I don't think anybody cares how hard you work for the stuff that you're not completely sold on. You're not completely interested in,
Hmm.
right? So you can bring me a class like chem. I'm not gonna fail it, but I'm not gonna kill myself to get a 4.0 an A in every single assignment, right? I'm not gonna do it. what I'd rather do is like I'd rather focus on what I can do now to achieve like I'll do my goal of like solving this healthcare problem little bit at a time. Like I'll do a tiny bit today, a tiny bit tomorrow, but I'll keep doing that. I'll keep doing that instead of like studying my ass off for like chem.